find an image here. We'll see if this works. This is actually a little older Steelers logo. It's probably older than you kids are, but I think it's going to work well for what we're going to do. So let me grab this and show it to you. We're going to make it a little bit larger here to take a look at it, make sure it's what we want. So probably before, but this is actually set up where there's lines already cut in the center of it. So we actually wouldn't have to make any tabs to make this work. So this will actually probably be a little bit easier for us as we're going to do this. So what we want to do now is, well, a couple different things. We're going to make this just a little bit larger, our image. So right now, our total size is 16, roughly 16 and 3/4 or so. Right here's our lock aspect ratio. We'll make this a little bit bigger. We'll just go 18. We'll make it a nice even size. That'll give us a little bit more room to work with this. The next thing we want to do is take and block out where it says sealers. So we need to get rid of this here. So we're going to cover it up. We're going to draw a box, just a rectangle, right over top of this. Change the color to black. We're going to select our rectangle, maybe. Select our rectangle, shift, select our object. We're going to go to weld tools. We're going to weld that together. It's going to cover that up. Bam, that's done. That's taken care of. Now, the next thing we're going to do is prepare the Steeler symbol. Just like we had done previously, scan tools, AccuScan, vectorization, close. We're going to make that a vector. We'll drag our original image out of the way. And now we can bring our Steelers logo in. If I zoom out, it does look kind of rough. When I zoom in, it smooths out. We want to now bring it over here. In the interest of trying to see what the heck we're doing here, we're going to change the color of this to blue or green, just so we can see where we're at. Obviously, that's too big. We need to make our size smaller, so we'll lock our aspect ratio. You can either drag and drop like this, or if you'd like to, you can also adjust based off the numbers there. So let's bring this in. We're going to get it. We're going to probably have this as large as we can without it touching. It might be just a little bit off in regards to size, but we want that text to be relatively clear. So we'll center that up. And now we need to, let's make it a little bit smaller. That actually doesn't quite look right. It's a little too big. Smooth that over just a little bit. And I think that'll work for us. So we need to take and do the XOR cut. We need to get rid of this. So let's do that. Select the entire thing. XOR weld. Okay, we're going to knock our centers out. And now we'll come back through and take a look. So our lines are all there. Some of these are kind of small. This might not actually cut out, but we'll give it a shot and see what it does. If I take a look and see what my width is of these objects, I would think it's roughly, let's see here, that's 1/4, 3/4. We might be okay. It looks like it's about those are maybe 1/8 of an inch wide, so it might be a little shy, but we'll give it a shot. We'll now take this here. We'll try to run a tool path on it, a mail tool path. Remember that it's going to cut on the inside of the object. So we'll highlight our object, select mail tool path, and we'll see what it does here. So let's show toolpaths only, and we can now see what it's going to cut. So obviously the outside, the centers of our shapes. I like to zoom in on the letters, and we'll be able to see what our cut is. So right there, it looks like this is actually going to work out well. We have the separate parts and pieces. Our lead ends are the correct size. It looks like this is going to work out. So we'll take and let's move this over just a little bit. We don't want our toolpath in a negative plane on the X or Y axis. So while my object's selected, I'm going to move this to 0, excuse me, 0, 0. And at that point, we're ready to cut. So we could take this image over to the machine, and we're basically ready to cut it out. So the last step, we'll save this. I'm just going to save it to my desktop for now because I'm working at home. Once I get back to school, we can take this, throw it on the jump drive, take it over to the computer on the CNC, and go from there. So we'll just go save as, desktop, we'll call it Newport Steelers, save, and we are good to go. Okay, folks. Uh, we will see you the next day we're in class. Once we get Zella poses, uh, object, the Punisher skull, we'll take, sand that, prep it, paint it, and once we're done with that, we'll jump over and we'll finish this one up for Josh. Okay, folks, have a good one.